Sorry, I had asked before we left. right, Ms. Brox. We are here today. We're here today for a plea hearing in your case. For the record, you're all present. Please raise your hand. Swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Please state and spell your true correct.
Teandra. C-A-A.
Prosecutor will ask you some questions. Just answer the loud. Yes, you may. Brox, are you at this time taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medicine? How old are you and how far have you gone to school?
7 years old.
Count six, special firearm right commission of a felony. Now, do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to the reduced charges that we have negotiated? That is to disorderly conduct and attempted affray. And if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial.
Yes.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney about all the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment, including any potential defenses? You need more time to speak with your attorney. Are you satisfied with this service? Counsel, do you waive formal reading of the indictment? Counsel, do you waive any and all defects in the indictment for purposes of this plea? The state is currently unaware of any outstanding warrants related to these charges. Do you or your attorney know of any outstanding warrants related to these charges?
No.
Has your attorney advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence for each charge that you're pleading to? As you're pleading to disorderly conduct, for the record, that is OCGA 16-11-39. The minimum is 1 day, maximum 12 months. And attempted affray, which is OCGA 16-4-1 for the attempt, 16-11-32. The minimum is 1 day, maximum 6 months. Do you understand that? Now, do you understand that this is a negotiated plea of guilty, which means the state will recommend you for the sentence of 18 months probation, anger management court, no weapons, no drugs or alcohol, no new arrests, have gainful employment, and if you remain compliant with probation for 12 months, you can have gainful employment, and probation can suspend after 12 months. Do you understand that that's the negotiation? Yes. However, the court can sentence you to the maximum on each charge. Do you understand that? Now, do you understand that this plea may be used to stand sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction, as well as in other jurisdictions, including in federal courts? Do you understand that if you are on probation of any kind, your probation or parole may be revoked by issuing a guilty plea? You understand that if you are placed on probation of any kind, which you will be, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special conditions of probation without being subject to revocation for the balance of the sentence. And do you understand that you are not allowed to possess or use a firearm while on probation? Are you a United States citizen? Now, do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction following a trial? For example, a guilty plea may affect the right to vote, the right to hold public office, the right to serve on a jury, the right to obtain a passport, the right to receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or the ability to obtain employment. And do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health offenses, by entering a plea of guilty? You understand that if you went to trial, you would have the right to trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to testify or to remain silent and not incriminate yourself. You understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights. I'm going to list them. You're giving up the right to trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to confront witnesses against you, the right to assistance of counsel hired by you or to court-appointed counsel if you cannot afford an attorney at the trial of your case, the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf and present others, the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence, the right to have the charges against you proved beyond a reasonable doubt, and the right to appeal the conviction of these charges after a trial. If anyone forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything to get you to enter a guilty plea. So, how do you plead to disorderly conduct, OCGA 161139, which will be the reduction of counts 2? And how do you plead to attempt to defray, OCGA 1651 161132, which would be the reduction of count 5? For the record, the state will be about crossing count 1 and count 6. Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with full knowledge of the charges against you? Yes. Do you understand that you may only have a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction? Do you understand that you have 12 months from today, as these are misdemeanor charges, to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of this plea? As to Ms. Brox's criminal history, she does not have any felony convictions. As to the facts of this case, if this case would have gone to trial, the state would have expected this evidence to show that on May 25th of 2022, at around 7:40 p.m., Colvin Lindsay, who was one of the co-defendants on this case, and Mr. Lindsay fled on February 10th of 2025, was currently serving 37 years to serve 32 years in prison. So Mr. Lindsay fatally shot Deja McCrary at 503 Camelot Drive in Atlanta. In regards to Ms. Brox's participation in this case, the evidence would have showed that Ms. Brox was the current girlfriend of Mr. Lindsay at the time. The other co-defendant, Ms. Barnes, was childhood friends of Mr. Lindsay, and the victim in this case was Mr. Lindsay's child's mother. Now, the day of the incident, May 25th of 2022, the evidence would have shown that Ms. Barnes texted Ms. McCrary in order to tell her that she had a laptop that she was going to get back to Ms. McCrary, which was a lie. It was a setup for Ms. Brox to then engage in a fight with Ms. McCrary at 503 Camelot Drive. Girls, or the women in this case, were setting up a fight. Once on scene, and as the evidence would have shown, Mr. Lindsay then got out of the car, as Ms. Brox was actually still in the car, and fatally shot Ms. McCrary, unbeknownst, as the state does not have any evidence that Ms. Brox and Ms. Barnes knew of what Mr. Lindsay's motives were. So at that time, he shot and killed Ms. McCrary. The state believes this is a fair resolution for Ms. Brox, as the catalyst of this murder was them setting up the fight. And the reason for the reduction for the record is they did not know what he was going to do. There's no evidence that they knew from a vigorous big news to this case that they knew he was going to do. However, some accountability is warranted in regards to their participation in setting up a fake fight. I call it a fake fight because of the palace with black talk. And she's taking accountability for that today. In regards to Ms. McCrary's family, they are in court today and be sitting in the back row. They've made victim impact statements in this case prior is what they were stating. And so for the record, I would like those victim impact statements. They did not want to, unless anything's changed, Ms. Beverly, victim advocate, they did not. That's all from me. Thank you very much, Jess.
Your Honor, thank you. I've represented Ms. Brox from the date of her arrest in 2022. I had an opportunity to meet with her family. She is 27 years of age, as you've heard. She was born and raised here in the Atlanta area. Went to South High School, went to Beecham High School, graduated in 2016. She's a certified makeup artist, and she is certified in medical coding as well. She has a extensive tie to the community. Her mother and her father are present in court with her today. I've been here with her every time that we've been to court from the time that she was granted bond. She's had numerous court appearances. She's always appeared. She's always been compliant with the conditions of bond. And she has, as the court stated, no prior conviction whatsoever, felony or misdemeanor. I don't take any issue with the recitation of the factual basis for the entry of this plea. It is, as they indicate, Mr. Lindsay was the ex-boyfriend of Ms. McCrary. I think the only thing I don't believe he was actually the father. But my understanding is that Mr. Lindsay had ongoing dispute with Ms. McCrary. And been known to be very abusive towards her. In this case, it involved allegation of things he done against McCrary as well. He was the current boyfriend of Ms. Brox. And she became aware of this dispute between the two of them. Ms. Aquila Vaughn is a long time friend of Ms. Lindsay. And so to say it's accurate that on the day of the incident, Ms. Vaughn essentially came here with glory of Ms. McCrary to this location for a laptop back to Lindsay had taken from. And so Ms. McCrary enforcement had appeared at that location believing that she was being laptop. Ms. Brox went to that location intending to fight Ms. McCrary. She had no real beef with Ms. McCrary. It was an extremely immature risk of offending the client, but stupid on her part. She was much too old to be engaged in kind of thinking. She had a relationship with Lindsay. She thought that she was going to fight his girlfriend. Otherwise, she is the one that drove the vehicle. She did not know. Did not know that Mr. Lindsay had kind of been harmed. Where Mr. Lindsay's out there, vehicle. Not there. It's Brox stayed in the vehicle. But McCrary was not. McCrary pulled up Lindsay. This is not a strategy. You see how much children. It's a strategy. Ms. Brox, they left the location. Ms. Brox was arrested sometime thereafter. Stayed in jail for some period of time. She was granted bond. She was granted bond. My position is always that she is not liable for it. It's only to something that she not aware of. But she bears some responsibility. She recognizes it. I thought about one for sure. What's the last year? So that we're ways to go, but she get better in terms of what you're going to get case, certain things. Positions that she recognizes that she gets on. Goes part of the regulatory, but she kind of on behalf of forceful career that may bring all of this and see. Because I've been school did not first school thing. Certain time in I think it's the focus of the options. She is desirous of that is behind it. Discuss that she will be on probation for accepts the negotiated what's called reporting. To be on probation for 18 months. She'll be walking on eggshells, walking straight down. She's not consuming alcohol, drugs, and none of those things. So that's be on probation. She will take the court. And if she is fully compliant, 12 months, the state case can be terminated or probation can be terminated. And that's good enough to show that she is moving forward and following. So I would ask you to follow the recommendation.
Ms. Brown. When prosecutors, were there any that you were confused about, you did not understand? You fully understand all the rights giving up by the then forcing you, pressure, you way to pick up. Pleading guilty, disorderly conduct, and attempted prey because you are guilty. Brox the court finds understand the crimes and consequences. Full basis. May please be made knowingly phone. Listen to in accordance with the agreement or doubt between your attorney and the state. I will accept the no cross on count 6. For count 2, used to disorderly conduct, 12 months probation. Count 5, reduced to prey, 6 months on probation. Special conditions of probation. May not possess any weapons. That's on the person, vehicle, or in your residence. You may not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Within 6 months of today's date, you must complete any commandments. You may not have any new arrests. You must maintain gainful employment. If all those conditions have been complied with and you have no violations, 12 months, the balance. Do you understand the sentence, or do you have any questions about the sentence? I'm going to show you on the screen your documents. On the screen in front of you is the indictment charging you on this case, bottom and the spot. Do I have your permission to put an electronic signature on this indictment as part of this plea today? I will reflect the changes.
Yes, Ron, go ahead.
This case. Yes, ma'am. All right, Ms. Brox, I agree with the lawyer's statement. Tragic step of circumstances. Mr. Lindsay has taken responsibility for his actions that are the most structured. And I applaud you for taking responsibility for your actions that led to this. I understand that you do not have any intent or knowledge of what Mr. Lindsay was going to do. Unfortunately, the people we hang around with can't be held liable for their actions, right? So it matters who you choose to associate with. And I encourage you to think long and hard about who to associate with. A person might put your life in jeopardy by engaging in crime. I will impose a sentence as stated. Mystery information. It's in the courtroom. After this hearing, you meet them. They'll give you recording instructions. Very important. All right, I will impose a sentence as stated.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment